Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my vlog. And I know most of you sa aking mga kaisla na estudyante, you are already spending your holiday vacations and I hope you're having a good time and having a fun time with your loved ones. Though it's already holiday and you are already into your holiday seasons, we're still going to or I'm still going to have the video for the second quarter for the 21st century literature since I'm using Zoom and I need a stable network. So I'm using my time to have this opportunity to record already our lesson for the second quarter. Our second quarter will start at January 4, 2020, 2021, I mean. So definitely, we have only few days to go and we're going to start already our next day for our or first day for our second quarter. So let's start. So here at second quarter, we do have topics to understand. First is about word literature. Second is about the literary forms. Third one is about the Asian, African, um, the North American literature, the Latin American literature, and the rest. So more or less, the lessons for the second quarter comprises of 8 lessons, including the performance task for the second quarter. So let's now proceed. So for this quarter, for this topic that we're going to discuss, that I'm going to discuss to you is about world literature. Second quarter is uh, going to the different topics under world literature. So expect that you are going to travel to the different countries based on this competency set by the DepEd. So for the topic for the second quarter is about world, and the first topic is about world literature. So let's now move on. So before I give you the lessons on the world literature, let me state first this quote by F. Scott Fitzgerald that is part of the beauty of literature. You discover that your longings are universal longings, that you're not lonely and isolated from anyone, and then you belong. Since we're going already with the literature in the world, you will be open and at the same time be uh, what's this or understand different learning opportunities and different learning experiences from the different parts of the world. And because of that, whatever you feel, whatever you experience, you feel like you belong because you have your story within their stories. Okay, so let's proceed with the topics to be learned in this lesson. So these are the topics to be learned in this lesson. First, what is world literature? Second, what is the history of world literature? Third, what is the importance of world literature? So let's start first the definition of world literature. World literature is basically the totality of all national literatures. So from the literature from the different countries, that's why it is called national literature. So the formation of literature in different countries happened not at the same time, which is connected with the emergence of writing and artistic creativity. Another, each nation's literature has its own artistic and national features. That's why when we try to learn different literature from the different countries, you will understand their different culture also. Not only here in the Philippines we have different or authentic and unique culture from the different regions, but we do have also unique and authentic and diversified culture and literature from the different parts of the world. So world literature is very important for the studying. Still, the literature of one country develops together with other national literature. So though we do have original literature here in the Philippines, sometimes our writers are being influenced of how they write in terms of what they have read from the different cultures in their own in the other literature from the other countries, and also they are being inspired, influenced, and at the same time try to get some styles from the different authors, especially uh, if it gives them impact. So that's world literature. So word literature also enrich each other, borrowing certain literary elements. So before I have discussed to you different literary elements that we have, and also the different literary genres. Here at world literature, you will be exposed that we do have also different kinds or different literary forms that is not only concise in the Philippine literature but also in the other parts of the world, wherein sometimes our writers here in the Philippines already adapt those literary forms and make their own. Okay? So there are a lot of scientific works on world literature which explain the peculiarities of this phenomenon. So the peculiarities is about the differences, the uniqueness of each culture. Another, as a concept, world literature emerged only in the 19th century when the literary connections of different countries has spread and strengthened. So this is the history of world literature. The term world literature was introduced by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. He used the word world literature in 1827. Goethe studied the characteristics of features and interrelationships of different national literatures, the tendencies of their development and their achievements. He studied the works of famous writers which presented different literary phenomena of different historic periods. As you see, and we will discuss into our next topic, that different historical periods affects the literary forms of different literature from the different countries. He claimed that literature also shouldn't be restrained by the national boundaries, wherein they have their own language. Now we do have already, like, if the African has their own literature, it is already translated into English so that other audiences will try to have a grasp and understanding and can relate with the the content of the poem. So that's why, as you see also, if we go to different countries and like sing their songs, we try to translate it based on our language so that we can cater also Filipinos that has that has the same culture with us while adapting the songs of other countries. So that's it. So that's why we are not restraining our boundaries or our literature by just in our country. Okay, so that's the history of our literature. Now, in 1894, the world saw the first book about world literature, which is about the history of world literature. The world literature emerged because of the development of global economic and cultural relations. This global literary process was also caused by the rapid development of national literature. In the history of world literature, we define several stages, its development, such as the literature of Bronze Age, classical literature, early medieval literature, early modern, and modern literature. As you see, from the different ages, literature of different countries really evolved, okay? So from the William Shakespeare sonnets or the William Shakespeare plays, as time passes by from going from the Bronze Age going to the modern literature, you will really see the development of the literature from the different countries. Now let's now move on to the importance of world literature. The literature that we have discussed in the previous quarter is the same thing with the importance of world literature. It's just that they highlight some points. First one is world literature is the cultural heritage of all humanity from different kinds of people coming from the different countries. It is essential to study world literature as it helps us understand the life of different people from all over the world, from forms our world outlook and acquaints us with the masterpieces of literature. Always remember also that here in the Philippines we have different experiences. So we need to learn the other culture so that we will understand them also and try to learn something about what is into their culture. So that's the importance of world literature. We are being exposed to the literature of the other countries. Next one is, and at the same time, we get or have a change of outlook in life. Okay, like for example, have you heard the movie or have you watched the movie by Joker, wherein it really shows about mental health problem that not only in America happens that situation, but also in other countries. So in short, your perspective in life is being changed at the same time your outlook, and at the same time you try to grasp their experiences and try to relate on it. So next one is about world literature is sometimes presented as a statement of demands or as a critic of a society. In such cases, authors attempt to call for change by reaching widespread numbers of people and by using language to persuade them to join a cause. So what is the meaning of this one? World literature expose the uh, the the issues of the society, and with that since the society understand it, definitely some people will act on it and try to solve the issues and try to understand the issues and try to put some interventions on it. So the widespread of different concepts and different content through world literature, the universal language of literature is being spread from the different culture. Now let's now proceed with the next topic. Aside from the importance of world literature, we do have also some notes or some uh, other importances of literature, which is about this one. World literature is a way of collecting those ideas in a way that reflects a specific group of people at a certain time in history. So through world literature, we understand how the Africans live, how the Americans live way back then, that they have kings and queens like that, or we do have what we call rich people, the thing that we call into our usual expression, the alta sociedad. So how does this alta sociedad people try to live way back before and now? So through that we become exposed to collecting different ideas from the different perspective of different culture, lalo na that you are exposed now with the different films into the world, like also in Asia, the Korean, the K-drama. I know you're very familiar with that and you're very interested to that, because of like the True Beauty, the Startup, the one that is trending, or also stories from the different literature like the Queen of Gambit, like that. So those are the the modern literature that we have, but it was already, or they are depicting the past or the historical past of what are stories before, wherein they are presently and be seen into how they dress, how they work, how they speak, like that. So another importance of literature is that this knowledge is not only used by societies to improve their dialogues with each other, but also to understand the struggles and priorities of those who are different and how these struggles affect others. So, for example, the LGBT people and the experiences that they have right there. So since if it is exposed into movies or like stories or poems, the message is being brought to the different countries, or the message is being brought to the different people. So definitely it improved the dialogues and also the priorities of the different kinds of people and try to communicate it with the other, the other uh, sets of audience, not only from their culture or from their country. So that's the importance of literature. So I want to end my lesson about this quotation, an inspirational quotation now that we are in pandemic, and I hope you are all safe and enjoying your holidays and still practicing the safe, healthy protocols, especially to my Kaisla na students. Now that here in Marinduque, lots of cases, or there are increase, or there is an increase of cases of COVID. I hope you're safe. So I want to end my lesson and with this quote: "Behind you are the challenges you've met. Before you lies new possibilities. Today you choose the direction of life." So since you are the one choosing your direction of life, try to make your own possibilities and opportunities and try to avoid negativities. So that would be all for the first topic. Actually, this is just a first part of the first topic of the world literature. We still have more. And I want to end my lesson with I hope you try to like and subscribe to my channel and share this video also to your classmates or to those students who are also studying about world literature. So that would be all, everyone, and stay safe and bye bye and enjoy your holidays.